Hello, welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I am working on some different tags and journaling cards and different little things to add to my pockets that's in my With a Touch of Lace journal. And so With a Touch of Lace journal is made using the kit from G. Kerr, Happiness and Crafting, and it's the With a Touch of Lace kit. So I've got some of the sheets from that kit. I've also got some embellishments from her Fussy Cut kit because there's a lot of different flowers in it. And this is just one sheet from her Assorted Fussy Cut kit. And so then I've also got some Tim Holtz paper over here, some labels and different things. So first I want to start out though by doing some collages, and then we'll make some different pieces for this journal. So I'm just going to use some dictionary pages as the base of my collage. I have lots of used old dictionaries, so that's what I like to use as the base for my collage. So let's just start out with some of the papers, and let's see what we come up with. Okay, and I'm just going to tear them with my ruler, but I'm trying to keep them straight so I can get them on the edge there. There we go. And I just start random. I have no really idea what my collage is going to look like until I get it done, because I just start randomly tearing out pieces and attaching them, and that's what I love about collage. It is so relaxing and so random that you don't really have to fussy about it or worry about how to do it. You just add pieces to paper, and I always think collages turn out beautiful. So, let me see, I'm going to get these pages not so much crossed over from each other. Just going to attach different places. And you do want some pieces to cross the line. If you've never done collage, you want some pieces to cross the line, because if you don't, then your pages won't be stuck together. Because we're not gluing them together, we're just attaching them with the papers over top. So let's just see how this comes together. Here is a page with lots of colors on it, so I thought it would be good too. There we go. It's got some bigger pieces that I'll just trim out. And I'm going to add another sheet here, so I'm just going to let that hang over and bring in another dictionary page right here. And it is Sunday afternoon here, so collaging is a perfect thing to do on Sunday afternoon. It's very relaxing and just a little kind of chill thing to do and enjoy a Sunday afternoon. Let's see here. I think I'm going to tear just across the page here. There we go. There's so many different colors in this kit, so I want to be sure to get some of all of them into the pages. So I thought that page from the kit that has all the flowers collaged in would be a good one to add. And then I printed out some of the neutral pages, and I do have some book pages that I'll be adding. And actually I probably will go back and print some of these neutral pages to be the back of the ones that I'm making journaling cards. But all these are not going to be just journaling cards. I'm going to make several different things. Push my sleeves up. It's getting a little warm in here. I was cool earlier. Let's see what I have here. I have some book pages here that are black and white from just a flower field guide. So I thought that would look cute in here since this is a floral journal. Okay. Let's touch that one and that one. So what are you crafting this week? What are you working on? I am, of course, working on this With a Touch of Lace journal, and I'm hoping to have it finished up this week so that by the end of the week or weekend I can start working on another file journal that I've been planning on making for quite some time now. So I want to do that. So that's going to be some of the upcoming things I'm working on. It's hard to believe that we're already in October. Somehow October has really snuck up on me. I was not ready for fall and for October. So I don't have a lot of projects completed or planned ahead for this time of year. But it is time of year that I love to craft. I always seem to love crafting, you know, Christmas crafting. It's getting almost time for that. And we have the fall crafting and Thanksgiving. So, and I will do a little bit of Halloween crafting. Nothing really spooky. I don't do a lot of spooky things, but I love doing some cutesy things for Halloween so that, for my kids, so that when we have our Halloween dinner, then I do have a few decorations out that's cutesy, and some, because we like to do some snacks and things. And we like to, you know, make some cute snacks and have a meal that night. So we stay home. We really don't go out. And so we do things like that. So I like to have them little treat boxes or something. They don't eat a lot of candy, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to make up for them. Maybe I'll do a treat box again this year. So we'll see. So I need to do a little bit of crafting for that. And then I need to start thinking about Christmas. But I guess Thanksgiving first. I need to think about Thanksgiving. So we'll have to see what all I can put together this month. Oops, I'm going to try to slide this down and work on this whole long sheet at the same time. Oh, I like this. I don't think that's a word I've used in everyday life. Antiquarianism. Love or knowledge of antiques. I'm going to put that on this side because I love going antiquing. Do any of you do antiquing? Do you go antique shopping? I love going antique shopping. I love to find things. Just you find all kinds of things. And I love taking and revamping stuff. I don't know what the word is right now, but you know, changing it up. Over the summer, and you can see it on my Instagram, the finished picture. I don't know if I even shared what it looked like before, but my husband and I went antiquing, and we found it was a chest of drawers, a little, well, goodness, I can't think what you call it, but I'd been looking for one for quite some time that was small, but had some drawers and storage that I could take and redo. I wanted to repaint it and, you know, add some rub-ons to it. And so I did, and I love how it turned out. You can see a picture of how it turned out on my Instagram. And so I love doing things like that. But those are things that I do more in the summertime because I can get outdoors and work on them. So that, so I like that. So that, we'll have that show on that side. I think I'll just overlap here though, like this. And then that's the only thing I worry about book pages is like dictionaries. Dictionaries are fine, but you just never know what words also are going to show through. So I try to look and make sure, which I'm going to put decorations over top of these, so it's not going to really matter. But like the plant pages, like this is a plant book and this is too, I don't really worry about those since those are going to just be about plants and it's not going to be anything bad. But you never know with a dictionary or with novels or any old books what it's going to have in it, what type of words. Because even though it's an old book, you think, oh, okay, there's not going to be any bad language or anything. There still is. So, or bad content. So you have to be careful with that. So I always like to try to pay attention. I think I should do a book page first before adding more. And I am using larger pieces today so that, because it doesn't have to be small ones, I just need some collaging so I can make some journaling cards up. And then I make up some, I'm going to make a trifold We'll see how that turns out. Okay. Another book page. And you could do this with your pages, you know, cut. It's just that I like tearing the pages. Just let that hang over. I can always cut it off. And I'm sure most of you watching have already seen collage or done collage, but I do like to share little tips, especially for those that may be new beginners watching, because I know at some point I was a beginner, and so when I watched the videos, I wanted to, you know, hear some tips and tricks as well. So that's why I share them. I know that a lot of my subscribers are very talented ladies that have already been crafting for years, but there's also newbies. So I want to be sure that they can learn from it, because I know that they're talented crafters too, just waiting to come out, just waiting to, I think everybody, once you get into crafting, it may take a while. You may have a lot of mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but you learn from those, and you learn sometimes you learn new tricks and new techniques just by making a mistake. So don't let confidence get in the way of just getting started on your crafting. I know I make lots of mistakes all the time, but sometimes, like I said, I come up with new things to do when I make the mistake. I'm like, okay, this is a mistake, that I'll come up with a way to turn it into something better. Let's see. I'm actually looking for a lighter color. I'm going to use this. Split it in half so I can divide it amongst some areas. I'm trying to see where I want to put it. Can't be too picky. I'll never get done, will I? Trying to see. I think that'll be pretty over there. So we'll add that there. Okay. Let's add a little bit more of this in too. Let's see, where do we not have any of this? Maybe in this upper corner here. And I'm going to just tear it across here. Yeah, that'll fit fine. And I don't know if this will be enough collage for what I want to do or not, but we will see. I think I'll just add that there. Oops. Just going to stick it right here. Okay. Doesn't look like it wants to stick down. We'll just add a little glue there. There we go. Let's see here. What have we not used? Is there anything we haven't used yet? Because I do want to use a little bit of everything. Okay, so this would be a good little piece to put right here. I'll just turn it this way, and then I can just trim off the excess. What do I want to do? I think I'll just do it that way. There we go. Okay, we got this little piece. We'll just find somewhere to put him. Maybe right there, and just flip him over. Where's a little flower? Would be cute somewhere else. Looking like a flower. Yeah, right there. Instead of the text side. And I would like to thank all of you that have bought me a coffee on the Buy Me a Coffee site. I really appreciate it. And I use all that to go back towards crafting on my YouTube channel and sharing my tutorials and different things. And thank you for buying my kit. I've had a lot of success, I feel like, with the two kits that I've put out, and that was just something I had never planned that to be putting out digital kits. A year ago, there's no way I didn't even have the idea of putting any out. But I've had so much fun working with digital kits this year. I was totally new to digital kits last year, really, about this time. I just really gotten started using them. Maybe not even this soon yet. Maybe it was closer to Christmas when I started using digital papers and digital kits. And so then I just got into wanting to try to make them. And so I made one at the beginning of the year that I gave away. And if you haven't downloaded that one is for free on my Buy Me a Coffee page. That whole kit is free, and that was my first kit ever. And then I've just gotten into making, let me see here. Then I've just gotten into, then I made the Christmas one. And then I don't like that one on there, that little sheet. Let me find a different one. And I got into making I made the Christmas one, and I really enjoyed it. So that's when I decided, hey, I wanted to try the fall one, because in the fall one I just put everything that I love, and so I'm so glad that you all are enjoying it, and so I do appreciate all of those who have bought those kits as well. Because I'm trying to use that shop to help support my YouTube channel, so I can keep bringing new products and tutorials and different things onto my channel. Just put that there. We're almost done with this one. Then we'll chop it up into different pieces for different parts for our junk journal that we're working on. I've really enjoyed this journal. I love all the different flowers that's in this kit. And I find that a lot of the happiness and crafting kits go with this one, because I have several of the kits, and so I have pulled different ones in, and I'll try to link below any of them that I've used in with this, because they all seem to go with this kit really good. So if you have any of the other kits and you get this one, you'll be able to, include pieces from your other kits as well that you've gotten from her. I think it's all worked out nice together. And that's what I used, different ones to make the pockets and different parts of the journal. Okay, so we're almost done. What do we have left? Stand back and take just a look at it. Right here, I think is all we have left. I think I'll just add this book page right there. And then I can trim around it, anything it's hanging over. And I think this should be enough for what all I want to do. I always like to add some collage to everything. That is just me. So let me put a needle in my glue, and then we will be ready to get started. Let's see. First, I want to make a journaling folio. I don't really know the name for it. It's going to be like a folio, but we're going to use it for journaling, and it's going to go in one of the pockets. And so I want to cut it down. Let's fold this in half. And so, okay, I forgot to say what this was. This is just packaging from, like when you get stuff from Amazon and stuff, it's just that paper that's balled up in there. So I want to use it to make a journal folio, like you can write in it, because you can write on this paper. I haven't tested this piece, but I'm pretty certain this one worked just the same as others. Just find an ink pen. So happy. So yeah, you can write on it just fine. So we're going to use this as a journaling paper, and I'm going to kind of just making it up. I'm trying to decide how tall I want it. So I kind of want to fold it into thirds, but it's got to fit in my pocket. So I'm going to pull out the journal real quick and make sure. And what I want to do is I want to make it for this pocket here, the one that's in the fabric pocket. So I think I'll have to trim it down. Yes, I'm going to have to trim it down to about like at least an inch or so off. So, and then how wide? That would be perfect. So let's take and just fold it over the width we want so that we have our folio size. Okay. So there we'll have our folio, and let's see, we're going to have to cut some off here. So let's just fold it again, and then cut off the excess. Okay. Then I'm going to cut it down, cut about a, let's see, how tall is it? So let's cut it down to about a 6. And we'll see if that fits. If it doesn't, we can cut more off. And so this one came in the, I don't think all of them are this way, but this one, it was actually, it was a big sheet, but then when you look at it, you could tear it apart, and it was just this big of a sheet when you got done tearing it apart. So you can see the perforation there. Let me see if I can hold it up, maybe you can see it where it's perforated. So this is how big the sheet was. So I just tore them down, and then I pressed them, but as you can see, it's folded over because once I put them back on my shelf, it got folded because I used this in another project. Let me think what I used it in for this journal. I used it for a notebook. Let me see if I can find it. It's not in the journal yet. That's right, we haven't added to the journal. So it was just like a little notebook that's going to go in the journal as well. So what I want to do, and I may have to take and go iron it again. Let's see if I can get that wrinkle out. So what I thought was like this and like this, and I thought we could decorate the front of it up, and maybe so your journal here and here. If I do that, maybe I decorate the outsides of it so that it stiffens it up quite a bit. I was going to pick that up like it was a loose piece of paper. Okay, so let me get my scissors, and let's see. Got to move some things around. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. There's going to be a huge cleanup once I finish this journal, because I have stuff everywhere for it. So we'll do this project first, and then hopefully we have time. I'm trying to, I don't want to take up a lot of time, but hopefully we'll have time to make a couple of things. So let's just get the paper trimmer and trim it down now. And so our little folio is about, for this front flap, it's about 4 and 4.5 maybe, no, about 4 1/4. So let's cut it down to 4, smaller than 4 1/4, so that I'm going to cut it to 4 1/4 right now. And then I'm going to trim up the other side. Just trim that up. And then we're going to cut it down to 6. Okay. There we go. So that's just going to go on the front of it, and I think I did not, oh, I should have cut it down a 1/4 inch smaller so that it had some border. So let me do that real quick. It's just a little piece wasted, but I'll save that and put it in one of the, I make these little strips. I just glue all the strips together and then make little clusters with them. So I'm just going to add this to the front. Get the glue off the end there, it's already dried. A little piece of dried glue there. Okay. So then we're just going to add it to the front here. Let me show you. I did make this one a little smaller. Pull that up real quick. I did not get that even. I want to kind of even it up so it's about the same amount of edge all around all 4 sides. Okay, and so just got to stiffen it up a bit. So I think adding some to this one as well. I want the front to be collaged, and maybe we'll collage right here as well. So we may could just put this, and it'd be a pocket. So you have a little pocket there. So let's just do that. Oh, I want to ink though. I should have inked the other, but that's okay. I'll ink this pocket, and then I can go back and try to ink the other on the edge there, because it's close enough to the edge. I might can ink it. I sometimes forget to pull out my ink and start inking. But I wanted to ink this one because I'm going to leave that torn edge as the top of the pocket there, because it's not going to hold anything much anyways. Okay. Sometimes when you trim it, it has a little spot that'll be loose. Okay, so let me just glue that on 3 sides. Okay. Smooth that up there. And there we go. There's a little pocket. So we got our front, and then we got the pocket on the inside, and then you open it up, and I think the back needs stiffening up some. So let's just put something here. I think what I'm going to do is add a piece from the kit. So I think it just needs to go right there, about that much. Okay. Hopefully I didn't cut it too small. That way you could journal over that as well. I want to make it so that you can journal a lot on this little booklet, because I have added a lot of things to the journal, but I'd like to make sure that there's plenty of journaling space in my journals. And so this one, I want to be sure that I do have plenty of journaling, because I do have a lot of pages with things on them, so I'm afraid that there wouldn't be enough journaling space, so that's why I'm adding more and more. There's plenty of places in there to put pictures as well, so if this would be a good one too to be adding photos on. Okay, so we're going to fold that in and that in, pretty like that, and then let's just add a decoration to the front of this. And I may use either flowers from a book page, or let's see, here's a flower from a book page, and then I've made up some labels just stamping onto, I just stamped onto book pages and then just fussy cut it out, and so made my own labels up that way. How about a larger label? Okay, and maybe, let me see what I have here. Also, I have some fussy cuts already cut out. This was fussy cut from, that's too dark for this one. That was fussy cut from one of G's Rose's kits. Okay, just looking to see what all I have. I do like this flower here, so I'm just going to put the flower in the label, and I think that's all we need for this one. And then we'll just ink it real fast. Add a little flower there. And I'm about to run out of wildflowers that I fussy cut out of my book, and I've already used up one whole book pretty much, and so now I have a larger book that I still got quite a few in. I just need to sit down and fussy cut some of the flowers out. So we stick a little label there. And so I think that's a pretty little front there, and just ink around it. I'm going to try to, didn't get ink around the collage, but we'll ink around the page for sure. And I'm trying to overlap down to the edges of the collage too. The corners of the book. Okay, and then I didn't remember to ink this one either. I'm just letting it brush over all of it so we can get the corners of the book and the corners of the pages since I missed them. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So let's see here, we've got inked. So we need to ink this inside one. There we go. And we might could add just a little something on the collage here. Maybe a flower. Or this might be a good place for that from the kit, one of her kits, her fussy cut kit. Or is that too big? And then here's the cute little rabbit from that kit. And it has flowers around him, so he would work in this, wouldn't he? So let's just put him right there. I kind of like him there. I think he's cute. I love when we see wild rabbits out in the yard. We actually own a pet rabbit as well, but I love seeing wild rabbits running around in the yard. Our pet rabbit, actually, we have a lot that I call it a lot. It's a fenced-in area in our backyard, and we fenced it in for our schnauzers. And that's where we let them run and play so that they don't, run to the road or anything. But something we didn't think of ahead of time was how great it was going to be for our little rabbit. So, not at the same time, of course. He's not out there at the same time as the girls, because that would be a disaster. But we have it so that, I see a little label there. We have it so that he can run and play in it too. So some days, Dwayne puts him out in the little lot for him to run and play, and he has so much fun, and he enjoys himself because he's really safe. There's nothing that can get to him, and he can run. But then he has some bushes. There's some bushes in that lot for shade, so he can go get in the shade if he wants to, or if he needs to hide. Rabbits, some of them can be scared. This one doesn't seem as scared because he's so used to us. But he has such a good time. So this is cute. And then we'll have to find something to put in that little pocket. Do I have anything over here? This is from the kit. That would go perfectly. And I've just ripped it out. Just going to ink it. It's just a journaling card from the kit that I've torn out, because it had like a torn look to the edges, so I thought it would look best if I did tear it out. And that torn edge is part of the look on that card, so I thought, well, that would be cute to just tear along with that. So we'll just add that here. And then we'll just add it to that little pocket. That's cute. I like that. So then the inside's going to stay like this, but I think I will ink the corners here because I like that look. And then I'll go back off camera and ink all the edges on the inside here, I think. But so that gives it a little old worn look. And then we have this and this. So I think that turned out really cute. I love that. So that will be perfect for the fabric pocket. Let's make another one of these. Let's make 2 of these because I need other pockets. I have other pockets in the book. So I wrote myself a note. Let me find my note here of what I need so that I will not forget to make it. Okay, so I need a journaling card for, let me find it. This one I have a tag that's going in it. Let me see here. Maybe it's the one back here. Okay, so I need a journaling card for this pocket here. So I just need, I'm gonna make another one of these for it. So I just need to measure. Okay. I think I'll make it the same size. I think the same size will work pretty good. Let me see. Let me check that out. That will work perfect. We're going to do everything the same. I'm just going to use this one as my guide. I'm going to fold it over. So I have it about the same. Okay. So just do it like that. And then we'll just fold this over here to get our trifold. So we're just going to trim off the excess, and maybe we'll use that in something. I'm going to trim this down to 6 inches tall. Save that piece for something else. And then we've got our little trifold here. So fold it in. Actually, I made this one to fold in here. Fold it like that. Okay, so now we're just going to cover this again with some more collaging. And let's see here where it needs to go to. So right past that 19, that number 9 there. That'll make it easier than having to figure out how to measure. Okay, and then we know it was 6 inches tall, so we're going to cut it down to about 5 3/4. And let's see if that fits. If we have to, we can trim this down a little. That's going to be perfect. So then we're just going to add it to the front. Okay. There we go. Oops, I got glue on my hands when I did that. Just press that down. And then what do we want to put right here? Do we want to do the same thing as before? We do have another little piece left over because it could be the same. We could just put that there. So I think we'll just put this as a pocket here. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit since it was so tall. Just put it like that. And just ink it up. Okay, so let's just add this as a pocket. Now if I was using this as a pocket in my actual journal, I would back it with some heavier paper or at least another book page to thicken it up. But since it's in this little thin booklet, I don't want to bulk it up too much, and I think it'll be fine as a pocket. And so let's see, we have this little card that would be cute from the kit to go in it. And we also have another one of these that could go in it. And it could just match the other one. I think that would be okay. Or I do have some Tim Holtz paper over here we could add a journaling card from. Let's see here. This will probably be fine because we're going to use those too. Put this down in here. And then what do we want to put to decorate the outside of it? Let me look at this Fussy Cut kit from Happiness and Crafting. I'm thinking that might be cute, or even this, or even that would be cute. So let's just tear that out. Let's see if I can tear around it so it doesn't, I was holding it up way too high. I hold things away from my face because I can't see close up. So that is the reason I do that. Sometimes when you see me do that, I'm holding it away so I can see it better. And I do wear glasses for that as well, but it's still something about it. I hold everything further away because it's easier for me to see. Okay, I think that might look cute torn out. I just got to get closer over here. And then we'll ink the edges. Okay, so we're just going to ink the edges here. And then I'm going to tone down this white some probably. I'm going to put it over here and see first, but then I may tone down the white. Yeah, because it is, see there? I think that'll be pretty. I just want to tone it down a bit, the whole thing. Go ahead and I'm going to add this little label here and that, so add this little label here, and this is just another label that I made stamping on book pages. Now this one I stamped on the book page, cut it out, and then I just used some little flower stamps that I have to stamp it. And I like to make some of these things ahead like that. I don't know if it needs a little something here or not. I think that looks good. And then once I ink it around it, I think it'll look good. And so right here I have this from the Fussy Cut kit. So it's just a little butterfly, and I'm just gonna add it to the pocket, and I should have inked around that. Maybe too late. Don't want to get glue on my inking tool here, on my sponge. Okay. there we go. That's pretty. So now we just add something to the back and the only reason I'm adding stuff is just to give it some stiffness, because I would like to have left that plain so that you could journal on it, but it's just too flimsy to do that. So I'm going to be adding a little bit more. Let me see here. I'm going to lean over here to my Tim Holtz scraps that I have and see if anything is big enough to use on that pocket back there. I think that'd be perfect. So we'll use that piece. This is from the Wildflower Kit. I think I'll do it like that. It's got some flowers on it. Or kind of like, if you do this, you could write over top of that. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of it. And ink it before we add it. A little piece of paper glue to it. Okay. I'm having trouble getting my glue out. Trying to get it going. I think it's where I keep setting it aside without putting the needle in. But I know I'm just going to pick it back up and use it in just a minute, so I really hate to keep putting the needle in, but I guess I better. Okay, so, and what's left is just to ink the edges, just so we can see how it's going to look. So I'm going to take the Collage also and make some journaling cards, and so the way I'll do those, I'll just cut them down to size that I want, and then I will back them with some tea stain paper or some cardstock. So what I'm going to do is, the video is getting quite long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll come back to you and we will decorate them. Uh-oh, so that's got a tear in it. I'm going to have to use something to hold that together. So, what if I use some washi tape down the middle? So let me find some washi tape. I'm just going to stick that down the middle there. And use some scissors. Oops, I don't know what in the world's wrong with me. Use it here. Okay, that is way crooked. Let's see if I can get that back in shape here. Actually, I'm going to trash that piece, and I'm just going to start over. We're going to get that straight this time. I must have been holding my head sideways. That's straighter, isn't it? Okay. And then we'll just mimic it on the other little fold line, so it looks like we were intentional. We didn't have an issue, and that way it makes it look good. I think it actually decorates it up. Once again, you know, we have an issue, we just fix it, and it actually makes it prettier. I have had that happen before in journals I was making. I have a huge mistake, and then the next thing I know, the way I fixed it actually made it so much prettier and actually made it turn out even better than I previously thought it was going to be. So there we go. So we have these two ready to go. So these are going to go in our pockets, and then I'll come back and we'll decorate some journaling cards. Okay, so I've cut down. I did not go back and I haven't put anything in the back of these yet. I decided I'm just going to cut these down. So I've cut them down to fit some of the pockets, and so I spared you all that time of me measuring. And so what I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and decorate these journaling cards. So I've just pulled out some of the fussy cuts, and then I have some more things over here that I can add. I really love this little teapot, but it seems always too big for, or too small. How would it look on this one? It would be cute on this one to add it. But I also see a couple more things from the fussy cuts that I'd like to add. So let's just take a look around and see first. I think this little bird is adorable, but there's nothing to say that they all couldn't go on here. some of them. They may not all go together, but we can put some. Like, I think that bird looks really good on there. And then maybe this would go. I've got tape and stuff all over here. Okay, let's just get this out of here, and then we'll look and see how it looks. Okay. It's just a little square, so I can cut up my big scissors. I don't need my fussy cut scissors for it. I like those together. I do. And maybe some little something right here. Maybe, do we put a little label? No, that looks more like a label. We don't need a label. I have, let's see, these little flowers. I kind of like all that together. I think that makes a cute little journaling card, so I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to add all this here. And I'm not going to ink it because I want these decorations to kind of blend in with the collage. And just, it's kind of just there, because if I ink it, I think it's going to be too busy. That way these aren't just standing out as one feature. It's just like it's part of the collage. If that even makes sense. In my head it does, but I like it like this. There is no rules to collaging though. You can do whatever you feel like looks right. I love that little piece. Love that little birdie. Okay, so that's just one journaling card. Very quickly done. And once I add the backing paper to it, I probably will go through and round the corners. So that's another we've got. So then this one, we could stick that there. See what else we have that we want to put on it. It's a bit much. It kind of stands out too much. I'm trying to look over here. I got some other decorations from the kit as well. Let's just see what we have. That little label. This little ticket might look good. Maybe down in here. Then we have this here, and then this right in here. I kind of like that. It's very simple, but I do like it. I think that's pretty. So I'm just going to glue it on. We also have this. There are so many choices. Sometimes when it's too many choices, you can't decide what all you want. Too many labels on one piece. I like that. I'm going to add all these little pieces like that. Except, I think at the bottom here, I am going to change this one out for this one. I like the bright colors. Okay. We do have to keep in mind these are just journaling cards. And then I'll round the corners after I add the paper to the back. Overlap that. And I do want to tone down the white in this one. It is kind of bright. And I could have printed it on some darker paper, but I printed those months ago when I was using them in another project. So I just had those laying here. Well, no, actually, well, yeah, I didn't cut this one out today. That one's already cut out. So yeah, that was from months ago. So there we go. We have another little journaling card ready to go. So we have the two journaling cards that we need, and then we have these two trifolds that we needed. So now I think we are ready to start adding some of these items to our journal. And we still have this much of the collage left. And so I'm thinking that with that much, I probably can make some more tags for the kit and journaling cards, but I want to wait and add some things to the pockets and just see what I'm actually needing for the journal, and that way I can use these once I get to that. That is so pretty right there. We're going to have to use that part for something. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will continue to follow along as I create this journal. I want to complete it this week, so there should be several videos coming out this week of this journal, and so I really hope that you are enjoying this series and enjoying seeing how this journal is coming together. And so I'm really enjoying making it and sharing it with you. So here are the projects that we made today, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.